Hi guys, hello my darlings, hello my people.
Love in the music, love is the message I bring to you. Love is the color of you.
My name is Galoho Majalefa and welcome back to my channel. What is good? Welcome. If it is your first time stopping by, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join the family. But anyways, yo guys, my throat is so painful lately. I don't understand what's going on. Like, I'm so confused because it could be tonsils, because my tonsils are very problematic, but at the same time, what if it's COVID? That would be bad. Let me just drink some water. I'm in trouble. I hope everyone is doing good. I hope you're coping. We're still keeping safe, washing our hands, sanitizer guy 1, guy 2, you know, social distancing, staying at home. Stay at home, guys. Stay at home. But yeah, welcome to my channel. I think I've already said that. Today's video is different. I don't know if it's like a story time or a chit chat video. I don't know what it is, but yeah, basically I posted on my Instagram and I asked people to ask me questions on endometriosis because I really wanted to do a video about it because I have it and I wanted to like spread awareness because I know that a lot of women actually, and men, I actually hope we have men that are watching this right now, but we have a lot of women and men that really don't know what it is or what it does, or maybe you're familiar with the name but you really don't know what's going on. So I asked people to ask me questions that I will answer in a Q&A session. I'm not sure if it's gonna be like, if it's gonna be the same video as this one, or I'm just gonna take another video for it because I don't want it to be too long. I don't want this video to be too long, and there's quite a number of questions that I need to answer, so I might just like divide it into 2 videos. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, a lot of people were asking me about how I found out that I have endometriosis and how old I was, like basically questions around that. So I decided to tell you guys like a story of how I actually found out that I have endometriosis, and yeah, so let's get to it. I don't want to talk too much and make this intro like super long. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, guys, because sometimes you subscribe but you don't hit the notification bell, then you're not going to get notified every time I post something else. So hit the notification bell. Is it this side? I think it's this side. I think it's this side. It's definitely this side. Hit the notification bell this side below and the subscribe button, and follow me on my social media accounts, and yeah. So maybe before I get started, I should tell you what endometriosis is. So endometriosis is, if you're a doctor or a nurse or like somebody in the medical field, don't come for me if I get something wrong, because you know, this is the little knowledge that I have on what it is. But yeah, so, or maybe if I'm not explaining it the medical way, my bad. But endometriosis is when, so basically there's like a lining that is in your uterus, right, and it has this tissue. So endometriosis is when that tissue grows in other places outside of your uterus, like on your fallopian tubes or your ovaries, or I heard something about like intestines or stomach, something like that. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not too sure where my tissue is or what's really going on down there. I just know that I have endometriosis. So I found out when I was in grade 10. Yeah, when I was in grade 10, that's 16 years old, I found out that I have endometriosis. But at that time, I really did not know what exactly it was. I didn't even know the name properly, you know. I just knew that something was wrong with me and that I have to drink pills for it, and that I get like horrible ovulation pains and period pains, but that's all I knew. Until recently, when I think it was last year, when I had another episode and I had to go to a doctor, and the doctor's like, oh, so you have endometriosis. I was like, oh, I didn't know. Well, I knew, but I didn't know it was endometriosis. And so I went to a gynecologist. He confirmed it as well. I was like, oh, okay, so that's what it is. But yeah, I'll talk about the other stuff like the treatments and all of that in the other video. So do look out for that. Do be on the lookout. Do be, do be, do be, do I. So yeah, that's endometriosis. I was in grade 10. So what had happened was I was at school that day, and during break time I started getting like these horrible cramps. They felt like period pains at first, so I was kind of shocked and taken aback because it was not supposed to be like time for my period. But I just thought because my periods have always been very abnormal and irregular, I just thought, okay, maybe they're coming back for the second time, even though I was on my period like a week before that, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks before that. But I just thought, okay, my periods are coming back, must be. I just went to the bathroom, and I used to carry this cosmetic bag when I was at school, and I'd put like my sanitary towel in there and painkillers, especially Nurophens, because Nurophens were my fighter. Whenever I had to pick my fighter, Nurophens were my girl. So I just like went to the bathroom and I put in a sanitary towel. Well, I wore a sanitary towel and I drank the Nurophens. And shockingly, the pains never went away. It was really weird. Like, what is going on? The pains never went away. Instead, they kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And I was just like, what is this? After school came, I was in pain, like quite a lot of pain. But the thing was, after schools, I wouldn't go home immediately. Like, I wouldn't go straight home. So what would happen was, I was in a transport now, and my transport was at the time ngihamba ngebhasi. No, bengihamba ngebhasi at that time. Bengihamba ngebhasi, and my bus would drop me off at the library because it didn't go to where I lived. I was sort of the only person who lived there, and it was quite far for me to walk. So it would drop me off at the library, and then my stepfather would have to come fetch me from the library and take me home. But he would only come after like 3, because that's when he would knock off. He'd knock off at 3, and then maybe he'd arrive at like 3:30. So this whole time, mind you, I got to the library at like 2, I think, at 2 o'clock, maybe 2:30, maybe somewhere there. The whole time I'm just sitting there and I'm in pain. And sometimes my stepfather would come late, guys. Like, sometimes he'd come late. So here I am sitting in the library by like the couches, where, you know, there's most a couch. Usually in libraries there's like a couch and a table, and you'll read your books and all of that. So I'm sitting by the couches and I'm in so much pain. Even the lady who works there was like, hey Bokalu, what's going on? I was like, Ish, I think I have period pains. But like at the back of my head I was like, it can't be period pains, because usually I get period pains after I get my period, or maybe 30 minutes before I get my period. But it had been hours and my period was still nowhere to be found, you know. Okay, so I thought, okay, something weird is going on, but maybe I don't know, maybe something, I don't know. Anyways, my stepfather eventually came to fetch me and we went home. When I got home, I don't even remember eating. I didn't eat. I literally didn't eat. I just asked my mom for Adcodols because they were much stronger than Nurophens. Adcodols are just like normal painkillers, but they're quite strong and they make you drowsy. So I asked my mom if she could give me some Adcodols, and I didn't even eat before drinking them. Guys, you should not drink pills on an empty stomach. Please don't do that. But I wasn't really hungry. It wasn't an empty stomach. It's just that I hadn't eaten. Like, my mom wants you to eat right now before you drink the pills. But I think I ate like when I was at school. You know how it is when you're like really sick or you're in pain, you just don't want anything to do with food. That was me. So I just drank the Adcodols and I went to bed and I slept. I slept like a baby. Come 12:30ish, so I think it was like 12:30 midnight, I woke up because I really needed to go to the bathroom to urinate. Yeah, well, I'm gonna say urinate because apparently that other word is not a lady word. Like, you can't say that when you're a lady. Whatever. But yeah, I went to the bathroom to urinate, and I remember when I sat down and the urine started coming out, it was so painful. It was as if like I'm urinating acid or something. It was so hot and it was so painful. Yo, I I just remember how painful it was. It was extremely painful. I've never felt a pain like that in my entire life till today. And so yeah, it was really painful. I was like, something is definitely not okay right now. Then I tried to get up, but the moment I tried to get up, something sort of felt like it was pulling me down. There was this horrible pain that I got when I got up. It was as if like I stood up and I left my uterus somewhere down there, and then my uterus was like, come back. What's that? That's what it felt like. And then I sat down and I was so scared. I was extremely, extremely scared at that time. Like I was so scared. I was just like, what is going on right now? And mind you, I used to watch, like, I didn't know I was pregnant a lot. Even though I was not sexually active, I was not having sex. I used to be scared of boys in high school, guys. I used to be so scared of boys. But yeah, I was not sexually active. I was a virgin. I was scared of like sex and everything. But I was like, what if I'm pregnant? What if it's like a Jesus story, nyan? Like a medical miracle of some sort or something? I don't know. Maybe I'm the first one. Yo, I was so scared, guys. At some point I thought, oh, maybe like what if my intestines just came out, and I was even scared to check. But then I just peeped. I was like, okay, nothing, there's no blood, nothing weird is going on, so what is this? And then after some time I eventually stood up for the second time, and when I stood up, it just felt like my legs were numb. Like from the waist down, everything was just numb. I was like, Aibo, is this witchcraft? What is this? I was honestly so scared, guys. Mostly because I watch a lot of medical documentaries. Even now, I still do, because medical documentaries and crime documentaries are the creme de la creme of television, okay? But I was so scared. I'm like, does this mean that I'm gonna become a paraplegic or something? Does this mean that, like, what's going on? I tried standing up, I think, for the third time, and I really couldn't stand up. Like, everything was just numb. So I just flushed the toilet, and then I just threw myself on the floor. Like, I literally just threw myself on the floor with, like, my weight. Yabo, ngazilahlela weight pants. And then I started crawling. And luckily, like, the bathroom door was not closed, because I have this very horrible habit of not closing the bathroom door when I urinate, especially at night. It saved me that day, though. It saved me. Because how was I going to be able to, like, reach the hand? Maybe I was going to be able. I don't know. But, yeah, the bathroom door was not closed. So I just crawled to my mom's room. And, mind you, this whole time I'm trying to scream her name. But it just felt like Firstly, I had short breath. So I couldn't really breathe properly. And because I was struggling to breathe, I was also struggling to, like, scream. I tried screaming and nobody heard me. So I just crawled to my mom's bedroom. Literally just crawled to my mom's bedroom. When I got to my mom's bedroom, I just like started banging the door. And they woke up. And everyone was so confused. This type of girl, what's going on? And I told my mom that I'm like in pain. I didn't even say anything. I don't think I said anything. I was just like there screaming and crying, and like I was in so much pain. And you know when you're in pain and you just find that one position and it's like, okay, it works, and then suddenly that position doesn't work anymore, and the next thing you're just like this, and it's like, okay, this one works for now, and then you just like you know how it is. So that was me. Like, I was just like in so much pain, and I was just like finding position. I was crying. I was so confused. My mom's like, what's going on? Why are you on the floor? What is this? I was like, Mama, I'm dying. I am dying. And then my mom called an ambulance, and the ambulance came after not too long. The thing is, where we live and the hospital, like, we only have one private hospital. Somebody please fix this. We literally only have two hospitals in the whole of like our area: Secunda, Trishard, Leslie, Kinross, Evander. We have one public hospital, one private hospital that we all have to share. And our private hospital is actually quite far. It's quite a drive, 45 minutes from Leslie. So we had to wait for the ambulance to come. Oh, at that time I wasn't living in Leslie, being social Kinross at that time. So finally the ambulance came, and I remember how annoyed I was with the paramedic. He was just being so rude for no reason at all. That guy, he literally just like asked me, Guti, are you sure you did not have a backstreet abortion? Sir, can you calm down? And at this time, I can just tell my mom is getting like really angry, because now this paramedic is telling her that I had a backstreet abortion and it's acting up on me now. He's like, yeah, we see this all the time. These young girls find out that they're pregnant and they get scared, so they have a backstreet abortion, but then it starts making them feel the way you're feeling. I kept telling him, dude, I'm a virgin. I did not have a backstreet abortion. He's like, no, just be honest with us. We're trying to help you. I got so angry, guys. I was angry. But anyways, they took me to the hospital. I went with my mom, and then my little brother and my stepfather stayed behind. And then when we got to the hospital, they just gave me a drip because I was in pain, and I was also like struggling to breathe a little, so they gave me a little bit of oxygen. And then yeah, what happened after that? Oh, okay, then the doctor came and he said that they had to take some tests on me. Yo, that doctor told me I had to like take a urinal test. I don't know what they call them, like, you know, when they test your urine. He said I had to go to the bathroom and urinate again. I was like, is this guy trying to kill me? Are you actually trying to kill me right now? At that time, my legs were sort of like coming back. I was starting to get like the sensation back in my legs, and I was able to like sort of walk, but like with help. He was like, I'm sorry, but that's the only way we can find out what's going on. You need to take a test. I went back to the bathroom. It was horrible again. I was just like, wow. And then he also took some blood tests. When he came back, he was like, no, she did not have an abortion. Thank you, Mr. Paramedic. He was like, no, she did not have an abortion. But I got misdiagnosed at that point. I don't know if I got misdiagnosed or if there's like a connection to it or what. But the doctor came back and said that I had a bladder infection. So it was like, oh, okay. Maybe it's because of the bathrooms at school, because you know how it is with like public bathrooms and all that. So he said that I got a bladder infection, and they put me on another drip. Like they just like, I don't know what you call it, like when they, another drip, another injection in the drip. I don't know, I'm not a doctor, not a nurse, but yeah, they did that. And yeah, I had to stay the night. Well, it was already like in the AMs. And then in the morning I started feeling much better, so I got discharged, and my stepfather came and fetched us, and they gave me some like prescription pills that I had to take, and some sachet thing that I had to mix with water and drink. So that was cool, and I got better. But the following month, the exact same day, the 13th, the pains came back again. And because I was already familiar with the pains with time, and I know these pains, they happened last month. And the thing about these pains is that they start like very aqala kancane, and then as time goes by they just shoot and they become really horrible. So the pain started again, and this time around I was actually home. I don't know if it was, I think it was during the weekend or something, but I was home. And when the pain started, I told my mom, like, these pains are coming back. I don't know what's going on. So because it was still during the day, we just went to the doctor immediately. When we got to the doctor, Dr. Fender, I think, yeah. When we got to the doctor, he told me that we needed to take tests again. So we did that. And then when he came back, he started explaining to me, okay, your uterus lining, what, and I honestly, I just remember him saying my uterus lining. And after that, I don't remember what he said. I just don't know what he said. And I remember him saying, okay, this condition doesn't necessarily have a cure, but it can be managed, especially the pains. Because so what happens is whenever I'm ovulating, I get ovulation pains. And then whenever I'm on my period, I get period pains as well. And if you think period pains are bad, try ovulation pains. They are the worst thing ever. Especially because they literally start from a 0 and they go to 100 real quick. They're so horrible, yo guys. It's like the worst pain ever. And yeah, he was basically saying that whenever I ovulate, I am gonna get pains as well, and whenever I do start having sex, I'm gonna get like pains when I'm having sex. And he was explaining a whole lot of things, but at that time I was in pain and I did not hear what he was saying. None of that. It just went over my head. Okay, cool, that happened. And then okay, he gave me a prescription, so I was on these prescription pills that I had to drink. So my whole life, basically, well, not my whole life, but since then, I've been drinking these pills, and they do work. They are the Celebrex something, but you have to get prescription for you to get them. They actually quite good, guys. Like immediately when my pain starts, I drink them and they just go away like magic. Especially the ovulation pains. The period pains, they'll go away, but you know how period pains are, they keep coming back. But else ovulation pains are just like a one-day thing, because you ovulate for one day and then that's that. So yeah, my whole life I've just been drinking these pills, and that was my life. I was like, okay, I'm used to it by now. I'm gonna get these pains, I'm gonna pop my pills, and I'm gonna be good. In the first semester, I think I was on my period. Yeah, I was on my period, and I had period pains and all of that. You know how it is. But one morning I woke up. So what I do is, the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, when I'm not like working out, same thing. I started working out now, so there's a bit of a change. But like when I'm at school, the first thing I do is when I wake up in the morning, I go to the bathroom to urinate, and then I go take a shower. So I woke up, went to the bathroom, and I don't even think I got to the bathroom. I didn't get to the bathroom. I remember just walking back to my room, because I wake up very early in the morning. There was no one else. People were still sleeping. Maybe someone was up, but they were in their room. And I just walked back to my room, and when I got there, I was like, what on earth? And I drank more pills and I slept. But throughout the whole day, like, I was in so much pain. And also when like the pain happened when I was in the passage, like I started feeling like some numbness in my legs again. That's when I started getting scared. It's this thing happening again. So I eventually, like, I think I just crawled to my room again, because I was not too far away from my room. Just crawled to my room back again, and then I got in there, drank some pills, and I just got in my bed and I slept. Then I called my mom and I told her what was happening, and obviously she was really scared. We would say, was this thing coming back again? What's going on? And then she said I had to go to the doctor. I didn't really feel comfortable going to the doctor because I was on my period. I don't like going to the doctor when I'm on my period. So I was like, okay, let me just begazela a little, because I think I had like 3 more days or 2 more days to go. And then when my period was like, you know, that point where it's like, okay, it has settled down and then it's gonna come back again. When it was settled down, I went to the doctor and I was telling him what happened, and I had to go to the hospital for other tests. But I remember that I just could not go because it was during exam time, and I did not feel like having more blood tests and all that, especially because 6 months before that I was in the hospital again, but for something different. I was like, yo, I am not ready for that vibe. So I just carried on with my exams, and because I was coming home, I was like, okay, I'll just do everything back home with my doctor, because it was a doctor from like Somerset West that I don't even know you like that, you know. So I came back home and I went to my doctor. My doctor transferred me to a gynecologist, and that's when the gynecologist was like, no, Manuela, must you have endometriosis? So I was like, oh, that's what it is. I know I have something, I just don't know what it is. And yeah, he gave me, okay, so the doctor in Somerset West, when I was still at school, he changed my prescription. He gave me new pills. He's like, no, these ones, I don't know what's wrong with them, but he's like, don't drink these ones anymore, drink the pink ones. I have these pink pills that he gave me, but those pills do not work. They don't work at all. Like nothing. They don't work. Whenever I drink them, it's like I just drank, I don't know, my Panado or something. They just don't do anything for me. So when I got to my doctor, he was telling me that we need to just like make a plan now, make another plan. We did some scans and all of that, and I still need to go back again, because he was telling me that he thinks he wants me to do like to be on a Mirena. So Mirena is like that, it's a contraceptive, but they like sort of inserted, it looks like a T, they insert it inside your vagina, and then it can last for like 5 years or something. But I'm not too sure how I feel about that anyway. But yeah, that is the story about how I found out I have endometriosis. It's been how many years now? 8 years? 7 maybe of living with it. And yeah, it does do a lot actually to your body. It's not just about the pains, as I've said. I will mention some of the things as well in the other video where I do the Q&A, some of the other things that I've had to go through because of it. And yeah, I'll give you more statistics about like how many women have it, because it's actually more common than you think. But anyways, thank you for tuning into this video and watching it till the end. I'm a ride or die. Love you guys so much, and don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and do come back for that other video. I have endometriosis, and love you guys so much. Don't forget to pray.